Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If it's the first time, welcome to my channel. It's our girl Chia. Today's video is kind of like a story time slash my current update. If you have not seen me before on YouTube channel, if you're someone who is out there trying to look for jobs in Singapore, this might be a really helpful video for you because I just went through all the same process. I just went through everything and now I finally got my offer and I am actually going to move to Singapore pretty soon here in June. Everything is like still really fresh in my memories and I just want to start this video from my personal story because you might have not heard of me before, you might have not known about my stories before. That's okay. So my name is Chia and I'm Taiwanese. I'm in Taipei, Taiwan right now. I actually just got back from the States about a month ago. I moved to San Francisco 2015 and that's where I met my boyfriend Alex. If you've never heard of us before, you can just go watch a bunch of videos on his channel. So I met him in San Francisco and then he had to move back to Minneapolis just to finish his school. I finished my master. I moved to Minneapolis in 2017. So for whoever is international student, you actually got an extra year for your working experience, and that is a visa that comes with your student visa, which is called OPT. So OPT is another year that I actually moved to Minneapolis just to be closer to my boyfriend. I worked there for a year in retail. After you finish your OPT, it's actually really hard for you to extend your visa. So there's actually going to be two scenarios after your OPT visa ended. The first one is you go ahead and apply for H-1B, which is so hard to get, by the way, because you not only have to find a company who is willing to sponsor you and also to apply this for you, but you also have to go through a lottery system for your results. So it's going to be only a few people that are chosen from like maybe millions of the applicants, and that is just how difficult it is. And another route is you just go home, you don't extend your OPT visa, which is obviously like what I just did. Anyways, that's why I'm here in Taipei right now, because not only did my boyfriend and I already talk about our situation a long time ago, but also we've planned to move to Singapore together even before I left America. So everything is like kind of like stick to the plan and I'm just moving towards to it. So in today's video, there are actually a lot of things I can touch base on. I'm gonna narrow down some tips for you, whoever is out there looking for jobs in Singapore. And I just want to give you guys like a really quick rundown so you guys can know what exactly the next step is for you. So without further ado, let's just get this video started. And I just want to talk about how I started applying jobs when I was still in the States. After my visa in the States has expired, I started looking for jobs in Singapore. Given a timeline, I would say I started applying for jobs at the end of February. I put my resumes on like Indeed, LinkedIn, just like all these like jobs, websites. I heard nothing back from Indeed and from LinkedIn. I don't know if it's just me, but like I feel like the response rate from both Indeed and LinkedIn are not super high. I feel like a lot of times they just view your resume, but then that's it. Like they don't really say anything back to you, and then they would just tell you that this position is closed or they have like a better candidate, or they don't even tell you anything. They didn't really work for me. I didn't have any good luck on both of the websites, but I'm pretty sure they're still both like one of the biggest like jobs or recruiting websites out there. And then I look into this agent company. They're based in Taiwan, but they are specialized in jobs in Singapore and also like some other Asian countries. So I found this website actually through one of the followers. She DM'd me on Instagram. So I uploaded my resume onto this website that's based in Taiwan, and one of the agents, she just contacted me immediately. I remember I received her email like very late night when I was still in the States, and there was like 14 hours of time difference. I was super excited. I could not go to sleep. I immediately like told my mom that, hey, I just got an email back saying that they wanted to interview me. So she arranged this interview for me, and it was my first interview ever with like any company that's in Singapore. It was like a dream job for me at that moment because the company was really good and also the package wasn't bad either. But you do have to know that all these job offers that are through agent or agency, you do have to give them commission. And you also not only give extra money for the Taiwanese end, you also have to give when you arrive in Singapore. The first interview was really good. The HR manager just immediately said that I'm just gonna transfer you to the second store manager because I do think that you're qualified. You definitely came across as a really strong candidate. So I want to just transfer you to this store manager at this busiest location, which is Marina Bay Sands. And the second interview occurred during a spring break when I was having fun with Alex in New Orleans. So I remember the night for the second interview, we were in New Orleans and I told Alex and his mom that I was gonna have the interview at the hotel room. So they had to stay outside just to wait for me so that I can have like a very professional, like quiet interview by myself. And the second interview was honestly very tough. Okay, so that night I was like well prepared. I was suited up. I was just 100% ready to go, and it was really rough. And I don't want to make this video like any biffy at all. I just want to stay positive. I just want to quickly describe what happened that night during the interview. So for the store manager, I would say she's a little bit tough. She just nonstop questioning about my motive of coming to Singapore. She questioned me about why I want to be on a retail operations side while I have my master's degree already. And she definitely questioned me a lot about what if there's a corporate side, like an office kind of job, like would you take it? Frankly speaking, I think I gave her very reasonable answers. I was really well-rounded. I told her about my expectation and also how I see my career path is, but I also told her that I'm very willing to learn, at least to stay on the floor, but still eventually for them to decide on whether to use me or not. The entire process took up about a month. And one day the agent just messaged me saying that, hey, eventually they decided not to hire you because they thought you might be more interested in the corporate jobs, which clearly wasn't what I said, but it's okay because honestly for me, I think if I were to work in that store, in that position with that manager, I probably wouldn't really enjoy my team that much anyways. I'm going to admit that I definitely feel bad at that moment. I definitely feel like very upset, and that's also the offer that immediately decided to dye my hair back to black. It's all because of the agent. She told me that like, I think you're gonna have a better chance if you have your hair like dyed black. A lot of people, a lot of times, they don't know how hard, they don't know how much difficulty you have in order to stay in America as a non-citizen. So they were just curious. They were like, why do you want to come to Singapore while you have all your experience in the States already? And it seems like you speak English perfectly, you have no problem with the culture. So for this, I always explain myself to them that like how I'm excited to be in such an international country as in Singapore. So I'm just gonna have to try to sell them really hard on I want to be somewhere that's so diverse. So yeah, if you ever got asked the same questions about your motive to come to Singapore, just try to explain us how excited you are for being in Singapore, like what in Singapore attracts you to be there, what attracts you to move there, to work there. Just try to avoid getting your personal reasons involved. I think that's gonna be no problem for you. And now let's go into the entire rundown of applying, interviewing, and also how long will you get for your work permit, and also what will you have to do before you enter Singapore. So the first thing first, you started with looking for your jobs in Singapore. I would say definitely use connections if you have any. If you have anyone who has friends in Singapore or who knows people in Singapore. So for example, my situation was I finally got in contact with this recruiter. She is a Singaporean. So when we first talked, she just asked me like about my basic profile, like why I want to be in Singapore and also what my nationality is. She would at least understand that your nationality, if you're a foreigner or not, my educational background, and my work experience. In order for you to have a job in Singapore as a foreigner, you have to find a job that has the foreigner vacancy quota. Every company, they has their certain quota for foreigner vacancies. So I was just very lucky that she also had like one on her hand. Therefore, she forwarded my resume to the company, and then I just started from there. So obviously they're gonna go through your resume to see they even want to have an interview with you. And usually every interview is all in English. They're gonna contact you, they're gonna talk to you in English. And also very important is they definitely prefer using WhatsApp. So if you're someone who's never heard WhatsApp before, just go download this app called WhatsApp. It allows you to talk to people from different area codes, different country code with internet. So you don't have to pay for that extra like international taxing fee. So once you apply for the jobs and you actually go through the interviews, usually there are 2 interviews, and they are going to hire you, that you officially get the job offer. The next step is gonna be the official offer letter. So the hirer will send you an email with the official offer letter, and you have to sign your initials and everything, and also they will ask for your DOB, your date of birth, and also your nationality, your passport number, your passport copy, your ID copy. And then if everything has been great and there's no problem about your background, your name, your IDs, they're gonna go ahead and apply the work permit for you. So you don't have to worry about like applying for a work permit. The hirer or the company, they're gonna do that for you. So they will basically just keep it in touch and just update you as soon as possible if there's any news about the work permit application. For me, I was really lucky because it's been only 4 days and I already got my approval yesterday from the HR manager. Usually or averagely, I think it's about like a week to like 4 to 6 weeks. Also depends on different kind of work permit and pass you're applying for. Anyways, here's another thing that's really important. Before your work permit is approved, you can't really enter Singapore. I think your hirer is gonna let you know. So after your work permit is approved, they will go ahead and send you this email. It's the in principle approval. So this is the documentation you have to print out to bring with you to the airport, and you have to get through the custom with this documentation. So yeah, after they send you this in principle approval documentation, you can just start looking for your accommodation, and you can start looking for the flight dates just to keep in touch with your hirer, so let them know that they can have the projected start date for your job. So yeah, that was pretty much about this entire rundown. My current situation is I am starting looking into the accommodations. I'm looking into the flights because I can potentially fly out in the mid-June. So finding the accommodation for me is like a really big deal right now because I have to get everything like settled, and usually the company will ask you to be in Singapore at least like a week prior your projected starting date on your job, on your position. I would say that don't take those failure into something super negative. They're actually the reasons why you should keep going, because that's the only way to get there. Like, it's gonna be yours one day as long as you keep going. I definitely had like turndowns, not only one time, not only twice, but 3 times. The first 3 offers, I didn't get them, but there you go, boom, like now I have my work permit approval and I am about to move out. So yeah, if you're someone who is currently in Singapore, if you're Singaporean or if you're an expat like I am, we're going to move to Singapore, or you just currently moved to Singapore, please comment down below. I definitely cannot wait to see what Singapore has for me. And also, if you really do enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also just follow me on my Instagram, and also follow the Instagram for my new online shop, Your Girl Shop. Also about that, I think I'm also going to make another video. This is also one of our best sellers. It's currently on the website. We have the black and white colors. It's a super skinny strap cropped tank top, and I loved it. I love both of the colors. 如果你是台湾人在看这个店啊，如果你是台湾人在看这个影片，请拜托去逛逛我们的网站，推荐给你的辣妹朋友。如果想要当自信的辣妹，想要在这个炎热的夏天里面穿出跟别人不一样的风格，不是只有一般的细肩带，它是极细肩带。快点 follow 我们的 Your Girl Shop Instagram， 还有我们的商店的网址我也会贴在下方。Also, if you're ever wondering where Alex is, he is currently still in America. He is almost done with his last semester. He is currently looking for jobs. He is currently applying for jobs, and I think there are some interviews coming up for him. Everyone just wish Alex the best luck. I really hope to see him in Singapore as soon as possible. And Alex has been super supportive, and he is so excited and proud of me, and that's honestly just the best thing a boyfriend can do for you, is just to be so supportive and just show you so much love and how proud they are to you. And also, Alex's birthday is coming up. I will have some surprise for him for sure. You guys have to stay tuned. So yeah, that's pretty much about this video. I am moving to Singapore so soon because this job in Singapore is gonna be my full-time job, so I'm going to try my best to balance my time. And for this channel, my goal is to have viewers from Singapore, Malaysia, just a lot of like Southeast Asian countries people. I would love to make that happen. And also, this is not only for me, this is also for Alex and I. We want to make it happen. 所以今天的影片呢，就希望大家会喜欢。I hope you guys love this video, and I really just cannot wait to talk to you guys soon again. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!